There's a difference between, pulling out a pistol for self-defense and looking around. No, this bitch pulled out the fucking pump and some dogs like, let's go, boys.
And she said, get them.
Yeah.
Sick them. Like, damn.
She ready for that shit.
She went from a hippie to a redneck in like 5 seconds flat.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run in our house, or knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity, try to fit my brain like Jackie Kennedy. I'm so tired of the why not tired of putting MCs in a pine box. You motherfuckers couldn't even hit me in my blind.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Lost Agent TV, we are Rated MC. And I'm Ray.
And I'm James.
Episode 5 of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
If you've been following along, you can probably tell we're not happy with this show so far. I'm not even particularly this episode, which we'll get into this episode. But for the most part, besides episode 2, we've said it's been either bland or just all over the fucking place.
Bland, filler, just gotten horrible.
We get into this episode. Again, this was an episode that me and him did not watch together. We watched it at 2 different times. Initial reactions, I feel like we had 2 different thought processes, but not too far off.
Yeah.
It starts off, and it gives you this thing about self-harm, because it said there's viewer discretion, because there's going to be a thing of self-harm. I immediately went to thinking that somebody was going to cut themselves or something like that, or like maybe they were going to show Lennon cutting herself, and that's how she got the cut on her leg. That's what I thought was going to happen. It was this very kind of hard to watch scene of Margot going crazy with food. Like
overindulgence, not the word.
It does not even start with, because at first she's like, it's like she's like dipping it in something. Okay, well she's just finishing it off, whatever. Yeah. She don't really get to have food that like this kind of food, like pastries and sweets and shit as much. This is her cheat day, is what it feels like at the very beginning. Because I did not think this was going to be a self-harm scene. But no, this girl goes deeper and deeper with shit. Like, at one point, she literally grabs it and just, like, shoves it down her throat.
It made it so hard to watch because she's doing that so passionately. Like, she hasn't had, like, it's like this drug she needs.
Yeah.
And she starts crying.
It's literally like she's not eating food in, like, a week.
Yeah.
And this is like, it's eat now or die. Like he said, she starts crying.
She's fucking, like, bawling.
She throws away the evidence in a trash can way away from her.
She's used it as a coping mechanism. Props to the acting, though. Just make a disclaimer. I've lost hope for the show. I have. Yeah. I'm putting that out there now.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. Margot has went from an intolerable character to a very sympathetic, relatable person now. Mm-hmm. Like she's almost at our level. Mm-hmm. When I say our level, as our friend passed away, we can talk about it. We can help each other cope. Yeah. She came a long way from the self-entitled bitch that she was earlier. Mm-hmm.
Then it immediately cuts to Dylan, who at first I thought had a gun in his mouth. Did you also think that, or did you automatically know? It looked like he was crying, and he had a gun in his mouth. He was crying, but he had a flashlight in his mouth, and he was carving Alice's name into the fucking cave.
And then while he's carving the name in there, he keeps hearing these strange noises, and then you get like this quick little jump scare of like a rat walking on the wall. And then all of a sudden you get another jump scare because Carla, which you've seen periodically throughout the episodes, comes in there and scares the fuck out of Dylan, and he falls and he cuts himself like pretty fucking bad. And then she says, that would do no good. He's like, what? Then she says, there's no redemption in this life. And then he just runs off.
She also said, I remember you from last time.
Yeah, she said that too. I forgot about that. That freaks him the fuck out. He meet. He's gone.
There's this town meeting. Basically, the sheriff, she's like, look, this is a small town. All this stuff's going on. Look, we got to find out who it is. So I'm going to start interrogating everybody.
Who was at the funeral?
Everybody who's at the funeral.
Which is the whole town.
The group, which is, it's Dylan, it's Lennon, Margot, it's Riley. Decide, what we're going to do? We're going to get together. We're going to make sure our stories are straight in case somehow this gets tied back to last year. And there's no way it's going to get tied back to last year because literally no one knows about that besides whoever is going at these kids about this shit.
They're not going to tie the cop or the herald into it.
No.
They had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. Allison is in the car, riding with Bruce. I don't understand why she was riding with Bruce.
Yeah, she could have drove.
She's riding with Bruce. Bruce is like, what are you laughing about? What's so funny? She's having fun on the phone call or this text group. And she's talking to Margot. And then he's like, well, you got to be careful. Because Margot had feelings for the real Lennon, not you. And she goes off on him because you want me to come back to this place when she didn't have to. You want me to pretend to be Lennon, be close to her friends, but then tell me not to get too close to them. Margot starts picking up on that. thinks, Linda's been acting weird since she came back. She goes to see Riley, and we run into Courtney, who is the worst character on the fucking show.
Because she's just out for herself.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I think that's the only anchor in the show is like she has to be the bad mom to Riley, so we have some sort of connection to feel bad for Riley. I think that's her only role in the show.
And I get you, yeah. I'm just saying, like, they didn't have to put that in there. Like, she gets fired, rightfully so. I mean, you're not going to talk shit about people that I was close to.
Who died.
And she told Riley about the whole sex thing between the detective and Bruce. Yeah. Apparently, she cleaned up a bunch of lube and some sex toys and shit, which Riley tells Margot this. Basically, everybody fucking knows now. Like, the whole fucking town. Margot and Riley feel like she's been completely different.
Yeah.
Regularly, Lyndon would have said something about Riley's boobs a lot and would have bought some drugs from her.
So we get to the interrogation, and the female officer, I think her name...
There's two of them.
There's two of them now. You got Lila.
Yeah.
That's her name, though.
Yeah.
Lila and...
I don't remember her name. She's basically the female version of the other guy that died in the last one.
Yeah. There's a lot of jump cuts between the interrogations between the detective and Margot, detective with Lennon, and then Riley. And they all come down to the same things, and they work them in like a sync conversation. Like Dale.
Which wasn't a bad way to do that scene.
I thought it was...
That was nicely
cool.
shot.
One focal point was Dale.
Yeah.
Did you fuck Dale? Was you friends with Dale?
Did Allison have sex with Dale?
And they focused a lot on Allison because, again, everybody knows about the OnlyFans account now.
Except for Bruce, who had no idea.
Yeah. So that was a blow for him. Evidently, nobody knew about the OnlyFans account. The only person who had a different response, well, not a different response, but a hesitant response, was Dylan. And that was mainly about the OnlyFans account. Because the officer was like, so if I look, you're not going to be one of the subscribers of his OnlyFans account. He hesitates. He's like, no. And that's it. Lennon walks out. She's the last one being interrogated. Behind her, while she walks, is Carla. And she just eyeballs her all the way out the door. Clara. Lennon goes out to the group. They're all in the parking lot. She's like, Clara just eyeballed the fuck out of me. Dylan tells them about what happened early in the cave. So they all agree while Clara's getting...
Well, she's waiting at the moment.
Yeah. They come up with this idea while she's being interrogated to go to her house and look for proof that tie her to either being the killer or somehow involved of them fucking with them or something.
Like maybe she has Allison's phone, something like that.
But Bruce comes out and calls Lennon over, Allison, and he asks about the OnlyFans account because, again, that was a bombshell to him. Lennon makes it very clear, like, hey, that wasn't me. That was actually the real Lennon. Again, you don't know her.
Yeah,
you didn't know her very well.
She uses my name. Which, again, that's incredibly fucked up. They get to her house, and at first they don't split up or anything. They stick together inside the main house. They're looking. They don't really find anything odd. They see, like, a picture of her with her, like, cult family or whatever, which they brought it up that they all committed suicide 25 years ago.
Which never explained why she did.
You look, and they go outside. There's another, like, house behind it. It's even creepier than hers. They're like, well, we gotta look. We ain't got a lot of time to wait. We gotta go look. Dylan's like, all right, well, let's meet back here in an hour, which is so fucking stupid.
Let's split up, gang.
Even if you're gonna split up into pairs of twos.
Yeah.
At times, they do run into each other. They do walk together for periods of time, but then they fucking split up because of one thing or another. Riley runs into Dylan. She scares the fuck out of him. And they have this conversation. Why don't you fuck with me no more? Like, for real, like, are we not cool? Like, what's going on? Can we talk about this and get past it? And he just says, we're different. So she's like, well, my lie is the only reason you have a fucking life, and says, fuck you, whatever. And then, like, Margot runs into Lennon, and she calls her on her shit. Credit to Allison. This is the most Lennon-like she's acted the entire episode. So at least it was believable, which made no sense when Margot runs into Riley, and she's acting even more psychotic than ever. There's something up with her. Claire's being interviewed. They cut back to her, and then, like, basically she's leaving. But Lennon goes looking, and she finds this book. This is where a plot twist is coming through. I told you I did not see this one coming.
Lennon finds this old scrapbook, this photo book. She's looking through it. She sees pictures of the old cult flipping through. And then she finds this shocking picture of her dad, Bruce, and Clara. Evidently, they was once married.
They just showed you pictures of her and him married. It's not a bad, little, like, twist. It's not a bad twist. Clara shows up and she sees that they left this gate open. Rookie fucking move when you're breaking this up.
Yeah.
You should have fucking closed that shit back. She turned on floodlights and all this other shit. They're all running around in different areas.
Props to Clara, though. Clara does not fuck around.
Nope. Immediately pulled the pump out.
And cocks it. She ready. She don't give a fuck. There's a difference between, pulling out a pistol for self-defense and looking around. No, this bitch pulled out the fucking pump and some dogs like, let's go, boys.
And she said, get him.
Yeah.
Sick him. Like, damn.
She ready for that shit.
She went from a hippie to a redneck in like 5 seconds flat. Dylan tries to play the fucking hero. Him and Margot get out. Is Riley not with you? Is Lyndon not with you?
I did like what he said to Riley, though.
Yeah, he tells Margot, just go. I'll meet with you in a little bit. Goes back and gets Riley. Brings Riley out. Riley's like, Lyndon said she was coming.
Said, go, text me when you're safe. And then she says,
I knew you fucking cared.
yeah, that's what she said.
So he goes back and he tries to get Lyndon out. Lyndon still has her fucking ringer on because she gets a text. Bling!
Bling! Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Some of these decisions that they make in this so far have been like...
I was getting See No Evil flashback. Clara clearly hears this shit. She goes to this room. She sees this old photo book open. She's about to look over, but luckily Dylan plays the hero, turns off the fucking floodlights to distract Clara. He actually sneaks around back to this, like a balcony thing he climbs up on and grabs Lennon. It's like, hey, we get the fuck out of here. Door's right there. So they hop over the balcony. Clara at this point is fucking shooting.
And there's no telling what she's shooting at.
Well, I know what she was shooting at.
Okay.
Because remember, after they start running and Dylan's distracting, remember, somebody pulls the machete up. That's who she was shooting at.
He's like, look, you run, go find them. I'll distract her long enough. And then while he's running, you see Claire come out the door up under the balcony and chasing and shooting at him and everything while he's running. And they focus in on this bush. Somebody walks up, pulls the machete out. You don't know who it is. Margot is at home.
She's safe.
She just got home. And her mom confronts her because she found some residue from the food shit. And she asks her what happened. They have an emotional embrace. It cuts to Lennon getting home. Her dad asks her if she's all right, or she sees what's going on or something like that. And she said, well, I'd ask you the same, but all you do is fucking lie. But they also do this little backstory between him and the real Lennon, which I did not see this coming either.
And this was one of the things that annoys me because they flash back to that fucking party again. One thing I don't like is they always play the same fucking song.
It's the same song.
It's always the fucking superstar,
looking like a superstar. And
it's on repeat.
But dude, you get tired of hearing that damn song.
I'm saying. As you remember, Allison and Lennon have their heated discussion about the mom, the whole necklace ordeal. They both break down crying. Lennon really wants to leave. She grabs the jacket. The real Lennon, by the way, grabs the jacket. And what we didn't find out until just now in this flashback is that Lennon went to her dad, Bruce, said, hey, I want to leave. And Bruce is like, we just got here. And she's really pushing like, hey, I really want to leave. I don't care. I want to leave. Bruce is like, no, I'm not fucking leaving.
He decides, I gotta go. I gotta go with my daughter. It's really fucked up. They get into a conversation. She's like, look, if you don't tell Allison the truth about her, I will. Which obviously means they're talking about the mom. Yeah. Something is up with the mom about how she died, probably.
It's tying into the Clara thing.
Yeah.
It has to.
It has to in some sort of way. What happened was he drives her and she's like calling him a shitty ass fucking dad and he fucking pulls over. He's like, you don't talk to me like that. And she's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get out the car. She gets out the car, calls him a shitty dad. You think Allison hates you? Wait till I say what I gotta say. Everybody's gonna hate you. He just drives off. And you can see it in the fucking review. Just drives off on her.
And I was like, it don't matter how much. It doesn't matter how bad the fight got between me and my daughter. I wouldn't leave her on the fucking side of the road.
No.
Driving off. And I saw her in my rearview mirror. Yeah. Seeing her in the rear view.
Yeah, that would have like.
I couldn't do that.
Then it cuts to Lennon knocking on the door, and it's Margot's house. May's there, and she's like, "Hey, can I stay here?" She's like, "Come on in." Didn't even ask any questions, which is that's nice of her. Because a lot of people probably be like, why the fuck are you here? Yeah. Like, hey, she pulled up at fucking, like, Courtney's house. Courtney's like, what the fuck are you doing here? She goes up, she halfway undresses, and hops in bed with Margot. Like, immediately hops in bed with her, and cuddles up with her.
I thought she might have been dead.
See, I got that thought, too, when I first started seeing her actual body. Like,
just started zooming out like that?
Yeah. Oh, shit. No. Like, it's going to be, like, her face and, like, cut up or whatever, and she's going to, like, cuddle up to a dead body. I was like, damn, that'd be a nice little way to end it. But no, so Margot's alive, they cuddle. Then it cuts to this scene, which I fucking hate this scene. There's only 3 fucking scenarios. Only one of them am I okay with. So you hear a woman help help. You see a fucking machete on the ground. You see blood and everything. They don't show an actual body. They don't show a person. You just hear it. Then it cuts to black.
Possibilities.
3 possible scenarios. 1, it's Clara, and she got killed by the killer, or she got hacked up by the killer and bleeding out to death, or whatever. Possibility 2, it's Riley who's dying, and she got attacked by the killer. Possibility 3, which I think is the most likely, which is also something I don't want, is it's Dylan. But Dylan's not cut up. My thing is, I think Riley grabbed the machete. I think she grabbed it to go help Dylan because of how much she cares about him. And what happens is she comes across him and he got shot with the fucking shotgun. And he's wheezing, so that means he's bleeding out. I don't particularly think he's going to die.
I think he might be injured, though.
I think he's very seriously injured. If he dies, I'll be upset even more than I already am with this fucking show. We start episode 6. It's going to start on that, and it's going to be like Riley holding him. He's bleeding out. They get an ambulance. He goes to the hospital. Now, if it comes up and it's Riley who's dying or Dylan is dying, you lost me even more.
Because for one, if you kill Dylan off or even injure him, I guess you could play that later. I mean, that's fine. Because Dylan's a very usable character.
Yes.
He has a purpose in the show. Riley's the same. She has a purpose for the show. If you kill her off, you kill off one of my favorite characters. And I don't care a whole lot about a lot of these characters in the show. If it's Clara, if you kill her off right now, that makes the reveal almost non-existent anymore. You could play off of it, fine. But what sense does that make? I know where this is going. I know where that twist is going. It's going to tie into something with the fucking Clara and the dad. It's going to have something to do with the cult, which reveals a secret about the mom killing herself, the mass suicide. I know where that's going. My rant about the show right now is most of the things we talk about are not the main focal point of the show. Let's talk about the killer. Out of this whole runtime, we had 0 screen time with the killer. Okay, let's talk about the last episode. The only thing we got was I'm here. And that's fine. But my problem with this show right now is I have to find things to cling to. If this is a revenge story somehow, or if it's somebody fucking with these teenagers, show me some mind games, man. Show me where this killer is. Show me his mindset, what he's capable of.
And you can see that they're trying to do that with the whole texting thing and the car thing, but that's not enough.
But you get like 1 an episode.
Yeah.
We're on episode 5 of 8. We forgot to mention Johnny's body with the spiders. They revealed that the spiders come somewhere from the Arctic and they have to stay cold. And then they jump back, Dylan and Riley at the moment. Mm-hmm. It was Margot. Dylan and Margot.
And they found spiders.
They found the spiders, which that's just a red herring. Yeah. My point is, you're throwing all these subplots, man. And I say this every time, but it's so fucking annoying. You're missing the fucking plot point. Like, you're taking detours everywhere. You're waiting till the last 5 minutes of every episode. Just, hey, killer time. The rest of the episode is just bullshit. It's not even to me about a kill. It's just we need some context with the killer in the show. It's not there. Which I'm just ranting. Overall, it wasn't a bad episode.
No,
it's just
I can tell him.
We got 3 episodes left, and we have almost nothing with the killer. Nothing.
The best that we've got is they have somehow gotten Lennon's phone. They hacked into her fucking OnlyFans, and they're tormenting mostly Lennon or Allison. They're tormenting mostly Allison about the events of what happened. Granted, the other ones are getting shit, but a lot of it's happening to fucking Allison.
Yeah. You have to give me something to do with the killer in this episode. This is about a killer trying to attack Allison, Lennon, and her friend. So far, we have all this other shit going on in the show. We got Bruce's shit, we got Clara's shit, we got the inner conflicting friend relationship things going on. You have everything but the killer going on. And you wait till the final segment of the episode just to throw something out there.
And lately, the kills have been against people that really didn't have anything to do at all with that night. Mm-hmm. At least Dale was there at one point. So I'm like, okay, well, that's possible. That cop had nothing to do with it.
Even that's the reach. Like, maybe he was getting close. But yeah. Harold had nothing to do with it. Give me a fucking POV scene every now and then.
Yeah, just like even one.
Just let me know he's there.
One. Yeah.
She. Just let me know the killer's there. Again, I'm going to continue the show. We only got 3 episodes left. It'd be stupid for me to back out now.
So let us know what y'all thought about it. Are y'all on the same wavelength as us? Like, we're watching it for like legit, like for the culture at this point. Like the culture of horror. We started it. We're not going to end on it. We gave it, like, if they'd have had like 3-4 straight shitty episodes, it'd probably been done already. And if it was like a 20 episode season, nah, that's it. They gave us one really good episode. It's only about 8, so we might as well just try to finish it. You think it's terrible? Are you one of the few that's like, dude, this show is awesome? Because I see there's a lot of mixed reviews on it. Let us know how many times you think they're going to flash back to that party in the next episode. We will see y'all in the next episode. Hopefully it's better. It doesn't have to be award-winning episode. It just needs to be fill in some more plot holes, give us something killer-related.
You have to focus on the main objective, and you're not doing that right now.
So until next time, y'all, deuces.
Adios.
What a slam, the thing is back to you, grouches, my crew just might roll on you like